Now that I've given y'all a taste of how the game plays, what do I think of it? Is it worth it? Hey there, it's Theo from Geeky Gamer Guy. This video I'll be reviewing Wonder Woman Challenge of the Amazons from Prospero Hall and Ravensburger. If you haven't seen the playthroughs, here's a quick rundown of the overall premise. Wonder Woman Challenge of the Amazons is a cooperative game for 2 to 5 players. Themyscira is being invaded by a fearsome enemy. In this last case, it was Ares, but there are 2 others included in the base game. Each poses a different threat among with different mechanics to how they play. Their one common goal is that they want to take down the island's defenses to 0. No! Winning is just as simple. Players need to get the enemy's health down to 0. Easier said than done, because the enemy will be putting out different obstacles to challenge players every round. Like what I did there. The Amazonian heroines must work together playing hero cards to deal with the increasing threats, or their island home will fall. Sounds epic, right? That's because it is! It has been a total blast to crunch over how best to pull things off, leaving me with giddy excitement for the next game. The theme here is right up my alley. If you follow the Variable Player podcast, you'll know I love DC Comics and the superheroes in them. Because of that, I knew I needed to give this beauty a try. The base mechanics are pretty simple to understand once you sit at the table and play the first game. Basically, the enemy will have a start and end phase, usually putting out obstacles and or dealing damage to the island's defenses. Then it's all up to the players to maximize the hero cards that are dealt to them. Teaming up to beef up actions is a super clever mechanic and really helpful. Sometimes coordinating to be in the same region to use the emblems that would have otherwise been lost is really cool and super thematic. Also, I love that during the strategize step, each player sees 2 or 3 of their cards face up. It makes players have to plan with contingencies because the other face-down cards might not give them the emblems that they need. It also is cool that when players do see the rest of their cards, they can't talk about them and have to plan for themselves, reducing the problem that most people have with co-op games. You know, that one person that tells everyone what to do. This is the best move, you should do it this way. If you think you have a better strategy, then go for it. Just remember, ultimately y'all are working together. So try your best to accomplish what you said you were going to do, or try to assist other players. I got you, buddy. I found it helpful during the strategize step to be very clear about which obstacles you were trying to go after, because sometimes multiple players do the same thing. There's also been times where players have been hinging their turn on getting a certain emblem, only to not get it and have to pass on a couple of actions. If a player doesn't have the emblems, say to move for example, then they just have to put down cards and effectively do nothing because they couldn't move. Oh, it only happened a couple times, but it really was sad to not be able to do anything useful that round. Player count has been great with each game I've played. They've done a really good job of balancing the threat for each one by increasing the amount of cards the enemy plays each round and their starting health, bringing the challenge no matter the player size. The time to play is along what it says on the box. I found the higher player counts to actually go faster, maybe because there's more characters to perform different things or teaming up for more powerful actions. Since the take action step can be performed simultaneously or in any order, it made rounds move at a really quick pace. Also, managing how the enemy plays was pretty painless and quick to perform after a couple rounds. I'm pretty amazed by the variety that's in the box. First off, there are 5 heroes with different special abilities, making games fresh with how they each interact. Then there are 8 of the super amazing relic cards that help players tremendously, with only 4 being in each game. Plus the 3 enemies play very differently and have varying difficulties. Ares had players needing the charged sword to defeat him, while the other enemies, the cheetah and Circe, players have to manage them in a different way, because each colored cube is a different obstacle with each enemy, really keeping the game fresh. Ooh, so fresh. And providing new challenges with that simple switch. So players will need to read carefully and follow what is listed on the enemy map, because in my second game, I assumed that the mechanics were similar for a different enemy, and it left me really confused. What? Just when in doubt, follow the instructions and you'll be just fine. I think the crown jewel is the diverse representation in this game. I love that every player character is female and aren't portrayed overly sexy, just strong and fierce. Having a mix of races is also a beautiful inclusion that makes me smile from ear to ear. The overall quality of the game is pretty good, especially for the low accessible price point. The 5 included hero minis are nicely sculpted and look great on the table. The different enemies are only standees though, and I would have liked at least one global pawn or mini to represent them all. I like that the board is thick enough to lay flat. On the other hand, card quality is very similar to that of Villainous, so the texture on the cards make it difficult to shuffle. I'll definitely be sleeving them as soon as I get the chance. Overall though, for the price, she is quality. The whole aesthetic of the game is stunning. The saturation of the colors on the board and the art on the cards is really nice. The art pops off the white hero cards. Functionally, they also work great, with very clean and clear graphic design, making all relevant information very easy to see. The flavor text is a bit light, but it doesn't affect the game any. The enemy mat is also very clear how to handle each one in a step-by-step way. If y'all have been following me for a while now, you know I gotta talk about the organization and storage, because it's important, to me at least. I love the player boards and where the hero cards go. It makes it easy to remember what your hero's special ability is and what order you place the cards in. Love. The storage in the box is also nice and it's molded to keep everything in its own place. So now comes the newest addition to my review, the coveted gem rating. Ooh. Generally speaking, the games I review on this channel are ones that I typically like. But then there are games I play that I feel deserve a little more recognition and love. So my 3-tier gem rating is Gem of Appreciation, Gem of Brilliance, and Gem of Greatness. If it wasn't already pretty obvious, I'm utterly in love with this game. Minor quibbles aside, it's really great. Its gorgeous aesthetic and inclusive variety really leaves my head reeling in the best of ways. Pairing that with some crunchy mechanics, this game sings beautifully. Oh, I can't wait to see what else they'll do with it, because I want every expansion. Scratch that, I need every expansion. So I'm proud to give Wonder Woman Challenge of the Amazons a Gem of Brilliance. Keep them coming, y'all. That's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this review, tap the like button. Also consider subscribing to the channel. Plus hit the bell to not miss out on future videos. Until next time, stay geeky. Keep gaming.